booties for black girl nerds.
Hi, Debra Jo. You look very beautiful today.
Well, thank you. It took a very long time. I haven't had to do this in a while, so yeah, thank
Well,
you.
you can't rush a masterpiece. You can't rush it. But thank you so much for your time today. This is some serious business. Marvel fans are very serious
I
about
know.
anything related to the brand, and now we get to see another version of the Marvel universe in TV form. It's been really cool to see the kind of flashback sequences and the wardrobing and the hair and all those cool things from that era. What's been fun about that for you to dress up for that type of era?
Oh, well, first of all, I was born at the wrong time because those 50s clothes look really good on me. I'm good in the 50s outfits. So that was great. Not so much the 70s, but the 50s, yes. Those little belts and that little hat, I was good to go with that.
I loved it. I mean, it's so cute. It's so ladylike and so
Yeah.
classy and
Yeah.
fun, but still a little forgiving and it's beautiful. And that's been a particular favorite of mine, just to see you all in the different wardrobing. But now we're moving into the story. Fans have had a chance to see a couple of episodes and see what's happening. And I've seen two trains of thoughts with Mrs. Hart. There are people who think that Mrs. Hart wanted her husband to get killed. And then there's people who think Mrs. Hart is like, no, save him. But she's kind of trapped in, staying in sitcom mode while trying to implore Wanda to save him. What's been surprising for you about fan reactions to the show and your character and what they've seen so far?
I think, see, I didn't know the Marvel world really because it's just, I didn't grow up with the Marvel world. I'm a little too old for that. But I got caught up when I took this job. I watched like four of the movies in a row one day, and I got very caught up in it. I think, I think what I was not prepared for is every little detail they look at and they read into every little thing. I wish I had known that that's how the fans are, because I would have just thrown in stuff. I just would have thrown in stuff um, and led them astray, possibly. No, I wouldn't have done that. I'm too nice. Um, but anyway, I think I am most surprised at the all of the different theories. Some of them very interesting. I went, oh, that would have been good. But they're really into it, man. They're really into it.
Seriously, I had to go down a rabbit hole myself because, I've seen the main movies and
Yeah.
just to connect the dots, because this series is so different from all of the other projects and properties that are associated with Marvel, I couldn't put it together. And then I went down like a connect the dots and went, okay, this makes a lot of sense now why they are doing it this way with the show and Wanda and Vision and all these cool characters. If you could swap with any of them, who have you enjoyed seeing? And if you could swap with one, who would you want to swap with? It could be any character, male or female, age doesn't matter.
Um, well, I would not want to be Vision because that outfit, I mean, and that makeup and stuff. No, I would not live through that. I would be crying. They wouldn't be able to keep it on my face. Um, I have to say that I really do like Lizzie's character because she shoots the things. I could shoot the things,
For
So
sure.
and she doesn't, there's not a whole bunch of like jumping around. I very much I like Lizzie's character. I haven't seen a lot of the Spider Woman, the web, whatever that, Scarlett Johansson. I haven't seen a lot of her. So, and I think there's something coming out with her, or it just came out or something. So I'm very curious to see that. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I forgot
Oh,
her
you,
character name. Yeah, I remember her
okay,
from
good.
the
Okay, we're
from
on
the
the same
Avengers
page.
ones. Scarlett
Anyway,
Johansson. That's not a bad one to compare the change with.
right, right.
Black Widow.
Black Widow, that's it. Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of her, but I'm curious about that because that might be my choice.
Ooh, that's a good choice. Now we're 2 episodes in, and fans are really digging in and trying to decode what's going to happen with Wanda and this whole universe. Have your friends and family reached out to you directly, trying to pull some scoops out of you of what's going to happen during the rest of this season? Because the people are really, really connected to it early on.
Yes, yes. I mean, they've tried, but the problem is I don't know everything. I don't know, so I can't. I can't honestly say this is what happens because I don't know. I'm making it up along with everybody else and then just kind of fitting myself into the story I've made up. You
One
know.
thing one thing that was particularly interesting to me about the 2 episodes we've seen so far, when I spoke with some of your other castmates earlier, they mentioned that there was an actual audience doing a laugh track, like actual laughs for the filming. What was that like for you? Was that a new experience for you?
No, no, that's the beauty of sitcom.
Mhm.
Um, it is generally in front. Well, sitcom is in front of a live audience. I love theater. That's my favorite medium.
Mhm.
And so sitcoms to me are the best of both worlds because
Mhm.
you're on camera, so you reach a lot of people, but you're also in front of a live audience, so you get to feed off of that energy.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm always amazed because when it works, it's really funny, and you get a group of people that laugh together. And everyone always thinks that the laughs are imposed in post, and they're
Mhm.
not. They're not. They're real. They were there. They happened. Um, and it is my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite thing to do.
It's cool because the style of acting, that comedic acting of that era, it's very tongue in cheek. It's very deliver the punchline,
Oh, in the
and
50s.
wait for the
Yeah.
audience. Is that fun? Was that fun for you? Because it's very different than how sitcoms and things are done now.
Um, but it was in the writing. It
Mhm.
was very well written so that you didn't have to do anything different or go, oh, I'm in the 50s, so I should do it this way. It was very much in the writing of it. So you just came in, go into a dinner party, and these are your lines, and it just worked. It just worked. The production values are so amazing. The costumes, it just worked. Everything came together. I thought when I watched it, I went, oh, that's good.
It's lovely. It's intriguing. One of the best scenes of it is this dinner party where you and Mr. Hart are at the dinner party, and there's all these things going on and dishes flying and all these things. How do you all film that? What do you see on when you were filming those aspects? And as the audience, we see the dishes and all the magic and all the tricks that are happening. What do you guys see in that moment when it's happening?
You mean as actors?
Yes, like is it what's behind you? What's a green screen when we see the plates and the dishes and the food
Oh,
is flying in the
no, it's not
background
green
during the
screen.
dinner
It's
party?
actually happening. It's not green screen. It's happening. I'm telling you, there's like little men well, they're not little men, they're men. They're like under a cabinet with a piece of string making it that's hooked up to a mixer, and it's a whole bunch of, you'd be amazed. It's not automated. It's like people that have
Mm.
timed all of their movements to get all of that wacky stuff in the kitchen happening. I went in the day that was shot. eh, it was amazing. I mean, it was amazing. And then you'd get the random string that would break and then they have to start over. But it's like people hiding in corners. And, Lizzie is the one really that has to deal with that because she just has to pretend all the people aren't laying all over her kitchen pulling strings when she's doing it. I didn't have to do that. When we shot the dining room scene, it's very close. You're just in your little world, and you've got a camera in your face like this. So you don't see any of that stuff. You just have to worry about the camera looking at you.
That is a see, I've learned something new from all of these interviews. Laugh track, and now we know that the dishes were really, really there. That is awesome. Thank you, Debra Jo, so much for your time. You're just a lovely, lovely lady, and I've enjoyed you so far. And we hope we get to see more of Mrs. Hart.
Thank you. Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.